let's start with a little presentation about myself. All right, so physical commodity trader, answer your question. So I will be answering all of your questions during this live. But first, let's start with a very little, quite a sum up of my resume, my CV. So then you know if you can take my answer seriously. So as this is the usual slide that I use, it's basically me. I'm Damien. I've been in commodity trading my whole life. So here you can see on the top, this is a picture that I've taken. I think it was in Dubai Gulf Food. That guy was from Burkina Faso. And that was very, this guy was so fucking funny, man. Because he came with cash in his pocket, like big pile of cash in his pocket to do the prepayment, you know, at the food fair. So I was like, what the fuck? I'm not going to take your cash. Retrospectively, I should have, because then the guy was ready to buy, and I said, no, man, you need to send it to me by TT, whatever. And then I didn't close the deal, even though he was ready to. He had the cash for me in Dubai in his pocket. So yeah, anyway, funny story. So here is several pictures of me. The one where I'm in the factory, it was in Poland. This one in the middle was with my friend Xavier, and we were in Cambodia sourcing some type of nuts. Yeah. So basically, this is me. So who's that guy, and why you can trust my advice? Or actually, if you where am I coming from? It's going to be like just 5 minutes. So just basically, I started my career in Total Energies. Back then, it was not named Total; it was named Total Oil Trading or something like this. There, I was doing all the shitty work, paperwork, and so on, archive and stuff like that. That was like a job on the side of my university. Then I worked in a firm. This is where really I became traders. This is basically, I was operator there and I turned trader at GetTrade. I was in charge in West Africa, mostly food stuff, mostly dairy product, milk powder, fat-filled milk powder, skimmed milk powder, and all that kind of stuff. And then I also did palm oil, sugar, cocoa, and all of that to West Africa. After that, I moved to a company from Monaco Resource Group. Monaco Resource Group is like it's a company based in Monaco, as you can imagine, in south of France. After that, I was tired of being a trader. I think it has been maybe 10 years of something like this. So I work in a startup called Gold Avenue, where I was not a trader per se, but I was in charge of increasing the market for Gold Avenue. Gold Avenue was owned by MKS Pump Group. I mean, it's still owned actually by MKS Pump Group. And MKS Pump Group is the biggest, I think one of the biggest physical traders of precious metal. Then I worked in another startup called Pharma Connect. This one was backed by Sukafina and Itochu. And basically, it was traceability for cocoa and coffee. That was a startup. This shit didn't work, even though I was the only one that closed contract there. And I think now they do compliance and traceability for other type of raw material. But I have no idea what they're still doing. And then after that, I worked in a company called Mattersphere. Basically, it was here. It was another startup. The idea was to have this decentralized finance to finance commodity trading flows. So this is all the day job that I actually had. But I've always had like night job. So why I had companies on the side. So the first one that I had was a W material. So I was like maybe 24 years old or something like this. And basically I did I did few things with this first company on the side of my day job when I worked at GetTrade. I did plastic, PET flakes, HDPE pellets. Some kind of plastic, recycled plastic, and also recycled containers. So this is what I did under the material. Then I closed that company. That was because I wanted to focus more on my day job, because I thought that it was going to be easier to make more money there. Retrospectively, it was a fucking mistake, but I didn't know. Then I had a company. I don't really have a logo for that, called Casus Merchant in Senegal, where my business partner stole all of my money. So, that was a distribution company in Senegal, focused on the food stuff and mostly on the palm oil. And yeah, the guest shit happened. Then I had another company also called Ecometal in DRC, where we're basically doing a collection of stainless steel scrap that we will we will collect in DRC, so Democratic Republic of Congo, and ship it to South Africa. And what about today? So today, I'm still the owner of Chromatic Dragon that I have with few partners. Chromatic Dragon, we mostly source product out of Southern Africa, so it will be like Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Namibia, mostly chrome. Then I have Gromba Energy with I think I saw a couple of partners. So one of them is Paul, who is here with us. We basically do distribution of energy product in Romania, so wood pellet, bitumen mostly, also diesel and fuel oil and all the kind of stuff, distribution to Romania. And then another company, Regreen. So Regreen, we mostly do scrap, like battery scrap, e-waste, and other kind of minor metals. So that's pretty much it. Oh, and obviously I also am the owner of the Shipping and Commodity Academy. So, and one thing about the Shipping and Commodity Academy, I had a question and they said, look, I've noticed that what you have on your website, on YouTube, you mostly speak with a student that are now entrepreneurs. But I thought that the Shipping Commodity Academy was the idea was to get a job. And I said, yeah, this is true. But the reason is that once people got a job, then they are not allowed to speak online about what they do. So this is why I only speak with students that are entrepreneurs that do their own stuff. So mostly 60% of the people that take this certification has a job or wants a job in the industry. 20% do service related, like hedge fund, banks, service providers, IT inspection. So they work with commodity trading one way or another as a service provider, or if they want just more info, like the people that work in hedge funds that do future contract only, they want to understand how physical work. So we have a bunch of people like that, and we also serve some bank to teach their compliance team what is physical commodity trading, because they have no fucking clue. And also 20% will be entrepreneurs. So it is only 20% that really want to have their own thing. So yes, I traded with more than 50 countries and I travel with more than 80 countries. So this is basically who I am. So now, as of now, I'm going to take all of your questions, guys. So let's get it started. Bim. All right. So, Black City Network. With metal trading, how do you ensure that when you go to Africa to inspect the good with an SGS inspector, how do you ensure that inspect everything and not just one item? Man, I'm not sure about the question, guys. So, how do you ensure? Okay, so one thing. So, when you let's say you need to send an inspector on a site to inspect the good. Few things. First of all, make sure that the inspector needs to stay there doing the stuffing of the container. For one thing, obviously, because if he checks, then he get the fuck and then you stuff. I mean, you don't know what has been stuffed. So obviously, send the inspector doing the stuffing. Then how do you know that they inspect everything? So one thing is that you need to send the protocol of inspection to SGS. So let's say that, yeah, I want you to take like 20 samples. Let's say it's a big pile of concentrate. So you are going to say, look, I want you to take 20 samples here. I mean, you will send the inspector, you will send what you want exactly, the protocol that you want to the inspector. Then if he does it or not, that's another question. But yeah, so that's how you do, if I understand your question well. Ciao, Enzo. And also, how do you ensure that the middlemen through the process don't steal your item? Who are the middlemen? The middlemen to your process? Man, be more precise if I want you to, if you want a better answer. If middlemen in the process, you mean like transporter or people like this? Usually, you should be able to ensure your product for that type of things. If it's something else, I don't know. Because when you do sift to another country, people still eat him, and when it arrives, it isn't what was sent. Man, honestly, I mean, I don't know, man. If you ship it with containers, then you stuff the container, you seal the container. Nobody should be. I mean, of course, there's always still possible, but who steal what, man? That's more the question. Obviously, if you let the possibility to get something stolen, people will steal shit. Hi, Anya. Alan. Hi, Damien. I've been following. Hi, Damien. I've been following you for a while. I'm trading globally with stainless steel mostly. Asia to Europe, North America with a couple of exceptions. Cool, man. I think stainless steel is tough right now, right? Luis. Hey, Damien. I have a final round of tomorrow for a commercial analyst role at the biggest commodity trading house in London. I'll be interviewed by risk manager, commercial, and HR. Do you have any tip for me? Man, I don't know, man. Obviously, what they want to see is that you are motivated, and they want to. So one way to obviously to show it, it's with your CV, but the other way is like during the interview, you need to say like, yeah, I read that book, I did this, I did that. I mean, you need to help them show how motivated you are, and you need to show proof of the point that you illustrate. Because the thing is, like, if you are commercial analyst role, I don't know how young you are, but if you are young, they are going to train you. So they don't want to train you, and in 1 year or 2 years you leave because this is not what you want to do. So they want to mitigate that the most. So yeah, so that would be my my tip. You need to show that you're motivated, and you need to have proof of this motivation. Right. All right. Trying to do my first deal with an importer in a region with high risk of non-payment. The importer requests payment on the arrival. So don't do the deal, man. Not, man. Man, this is. I'm sorry, Jed, but it's like what, what do you want me to say? How do advise this approach? What alternative payment term is advised? All right. So, I'm sorry, I'm laughing because it's just like, yeah, man, I think this girl, she has like STDs, but yeah, so let's still have unprotected sex. Oh shit, I got an STD, man. Yeah, no shit. All right. So the good thing is like you know that there's a good chance and risk of non-payment. So the problem is like payment arrival. You should never do that. Because there's too much risk that the guy doesn't pay you. If price of the commodity dropped, then you just have to let your container and say, hey, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. So yeah, what you should do, man, you should ask for prepayment at least 30%, at least 30%, or a letter of credit. But maybe letter of credit is quite difficult for like, especially for a small amount. So yeah, this is what you should do. But do not do that deal, man. You will get. Man, it's funny. We have like in our group, like we have someone, very nice guy. I told him, don't do that. Don't do that deal. Same thing. Payment of arrival. Obviously, it arrives, and then what is happening? Yeah, the guy is not paying. Can custom broker offer advisory for supplier selection? Yes. I mean, I'm not sure I understand the question. Of course, a custom broker should know. I mean, they should know who is selling what, as they have the data. So, but then what time if advisory? I'm not sure I understand the next point. Hey guys, yeah, your question, be as precise as possible, please, so then I can answer you better. Hey, Damien, hope you are doing well. I'm Swiss expat that came back to GVA last month from gap year Master of Finance. GVA is Geneva. This is a fly code. Yeah, man. Hello, Damien. What's your opinion on Brinks-to-Brinks gold transaction? I mean, what's my opinion? All right. So for people that doesn't know, Brinks-to-Brinks, Brinks is the biggest safe, how do you say in English, warehouse company for precious metal. And so basically, Brinks-to-Brinks transaction means that there is the gold inside Brinks, the company in Lasse, and then they are just going to change the ownership of that gold, but the gold is not going to move. I mean, my opinion is that it's a good way to transact, but the biggest problem is more like, do you really have a real Brinks-to-Brinks gold transaction? That's another point. Love from Dubai. How hard is it for nice commodity player to hedge a commodity against price risk? For nice, you mean for niche, Paul? You mean for niche commodity player to hedge the commodity? Man, the problem is always the question about you need to put like a maybe 10% of the value. It depends on the broker, but you need to put 10-20% of the value in the broker account. So then you can hedge. So this is always the issue. It's like it's not hard actually. The problem is more that it's a cash flow drag. How and can AI help with small diesel and electricity distribution help with hedging? I'm pretty sure some hedge fund guys use already AI to do that. Hey, Damien, what would be your top 3 metals to trade at this moment? Man, all right. So this is the kind of question that makes no sense, dude. So if the question is what do we do? So right now we do chrome from South Africa and from Zimbabwe. We do antimony. Antimony is a minor metal. We do the concentrate and the ingot also. But usually the things that I prefer is a very niche market where I'm not against like huge, big bad boys. So this is what I do. But then what you mean in top 3? It depends. Hello, Meishu. Commercial analyst role might not be a trader path though. Yes, but it's a better path than anything else, man. You need to start with something. It's I mean, Luis, it's perfect, man. Up to the app, yes. Gap here, guy. Hello, man. Hello, Damian. I live in Kazakhstan. Started my small metal trading. Finished good company, but the market is over competitive. What does it mean, over competitive? Yeah, it's very competitive. How should I find free niche in metal trading market? All right, man. I know some guys that export out of Kazakhstan, and they are doing it, and they have margin. But yeah, the margin is small, man. So yeah, man. So especially finished good, it's even worse, man. So how do you find a niche, man? So the problem is more like about you need to go find usually, okay, for instance, Kazakhstan, what you should go is you should go see the producers like steel mills, mines, whatever, concentrate producer that have a byproduct. And usually they don't care about this byproduct, and then you should be able to commercialize it better than themselves because they don't care. Because it's always like this, man. It's like, okay, let's say a petroleum refinery, right? They sell for 100 million of diesel per month. But then they have like 10 million of bitumen to sell per month, and they don't care about those 10 million of bitumen. So they will put less effort. So this is why we do that. So yes, this is what I would do, man. I would try to find some processing unit or anything, and then try to trade their byproduct. It's easier like this. Hey, man, are there any license or certification you need to trade commodity fuel option contracts? No, not as far as I know, man. Yes, if you want to trade for your own, I'm sorry, if you want to trade on behalf of someone else, yes, there are. Depend the country where you are from, where you are operating. But if you want to trade for yourself, I don't think there is. Since I arrived, I managed 1 to 2 interviews with full shipping from some. Nice, man. Hey, man, if the company that has rooms, I don't understand. Today I've done a lot of events. Yeah, good. So I love those questions. It's like, what do you want me to say? Obviously, this guy is a monster, man. What he did with Glencore is pretty incredible. And he managed to make a shitload of money. I think now he's like 10 billion or something like this. I think that, you know, when you see like in those if you type on the internet whatever, what is the wealth of people like that, I'm sure it's most of the time it's completely wrong, because I'm pretty sure he has a lot more things that you don't know, and that made him a lot of money. So I mean, but yeah, I think he's a beast, man. What do you want me to say? We have word limit. It's hard to be precise. Yeah. Shit, man. The world is unfair. But yeah, I'm making growth, but you're right. It's a problem. Ask ChatGPT to concise your point. Greeting from. All right. What is one? What do you say that people I talk only gave me good feedbacks? Ah, yes, man. Man. Okay, all right. So one thing about physical commodity trading firm, the big one, it's fucking hard to work there. All right, it's fucking hard to work there, and there's a lot of fucking people whining. But man, it's it's yeah, it's a hard place. But if you like it, if you like the challenge, if you don't mind working as a dog, then it's a good place, man. Hey, the man, greeting from Indonesia. Hello, Mohammed. Thomas, Damien, what the fastest way to become commodity trader? Starting in a super major firm like Trophy in ops analyst role and hoping for a trading thing, or becoming trader faster in a small shop but having to prove yourself. Look, man, the fastest way. All right, so if you want to make the most amount of money, go work for a super major like Trophy and stay there for 10 years. And even if you don't make a trader, just stay there. And you will probably make way more money than being a trader in a small firm. That's the reality, man. And one little story about that I think you will love. It's a guy that used to work for, let's say, a big firm, like a top 3 firm, and he was stuck, I think, in operation or in a analyst role. I don't remember. And he said, like, fuck it, I'm not going to be trader. Obviously, I mean, it was not going to happen for him, and they made it clear. But he said, man, but we love you to stay at your current role and still work for us. But man, trading role is not happening for you. So basically, it was fuck that. Then he left and he moved to another company. I think it's 5-7 years later. This guy, he goes in. I mean, I was with him, and we were going to have a lunch at in Geneva, and the guy said, "All right, Daniel, we can't stay here." And I was like, "What the fuck? What is going on? It's a restaurant." They say, "Yeah, there's all my former co-worker at the big firm, and I can't. I just can't see them." I was like, "What is going on?" And the guy was really bad. I was like, "Okay, man." And basically, he told me that all those co-worker that was on his desk, they are all millionaires. It's like they made all a shitload of money. Operation, and I mean, everyone on the desk, not only the trader, obviously they made the most, but everyone made a shitload of money. And yeah, basically now it's awful, but it's like, look, man, I completely fucked up. And the worst part is like he's not even trader in his other job, but man, that. So I don't know. It's not a question about the fastest path. I think this is a wrong way to look at it. It's more about what do you want with your life. Anyway. Hey, man, how can I non-EU get into commodity trading from in Geneva? What's hard skill you would say are absolutely needed? It would be great if you could some insight on this. Thanks in advance. Man, I don't know what is it. Okay, the visa issue is like, okay, one thing, guys, like for a junior role, man, you need to be like to have a completely incredible resume for them to apply for a visa for you. Let's be honest. So usually non-EU people that get to work in Geneva, they are already in the job. They are already doing something. So this is why people are like, oh, fuck, look at that guy. He has a nice resume. He's well known in the industry. Let's make him a visa to come work in Switzerland or wherever. It's usually like that it happens, man. So yeah. And man, Nikki seems like maybe in India, but Trafigura is in India. Okay. I am thinking of exporting from Algeria. My dad is born in France, and I have also Algerian nationality. So could source in Algeria. By far, don't know what to source for EU buyers. Yeah, yes, man. Try to sell in Algeria. Algeria is one of the biggest importer of absolutely everything. So maybe try to do that, man. If you don't know what to export. I heard that you have businesses in DRC and Senegal. Did you need to be there in person? And did you start with big capital? I had issues getting a permit for Tanzania, requesting a capital to work. Actually, I try not. No, I have partners that are there. This is how I work. And did you start with big capital? No, not really. Very small. What's your opinion on going into Olam Agri on a training path, or do you think it's better to stay in oil and gas? But man, you need to give me what is what for you, man. If you are talking about money, oil and gas is going to mostly make more money because it's just bigger volume. But it really depends, man. It's very difficult to give I think Olam Agri on a training path could be a good path also. It depends what you want in your life and where you are right now. Yes. Where do you find leads from genuine suppliers and buyers? Man, I have a lot of videos about that on my YouTube channel. So, but most of the time is okay. So you will start with your network, what you are from your network. Then you will find other lead in event, conferences, trade shows, and so on. Take it for instance, Metool. So last week video, it's an interview that I have with Metool, one of our students, and he started. How did he start it? He went to Gulf Food. Then he found a bunch of products that he could sell to India, and then he went to like another food fair in India, and this is basically how he found the supply and how he found the buyers. So yes, I would say like yes, network, then event, and then below that, this is everything that is linked to a service provider, like if you know like inspection company, warehousing company, freight forwarder. You can call them up and basically ask who is supplying what in the region, because they are the one that basically service those companies. So then this is also a good way to get lead. Then you have custom data. Obviously, there is Vuji, the website vugis.com. It's a data aggregator that I use on a weekly basis. By the way, if you want to register to Vuji, guys, say that you come from me, you will get a little discount. Data aggregator, and that's pretty much it, man. I don't think there is like any other way to find other genuine buyer and supplier. And even if you find someone online, you will have to go and meet them before doing a deal, man. Hi, man. Is forex hedging possible with tight cash flow? Yes, it's definitely possible, and forex hedging is easier than just commodity hedging. Currently, I have 15,000 metric ton of each RC steel coils order from Africa, from China, but from Africa to China, I guess, or to China from Africa. No, from China to Africa. But I'm explaining the price may go more lower. How do you say about coming months or year about the price, man? I have no idea. I think it may go all right. So one thing, I think the economy is weak, so price may go down again. This is what I think, but maybe something will make the dip. Maybe something will happen, the price will go up. So it's very, very tough to give like any views on the market, man. I have a general view. All right, it should go in that direction, and then, but I'm not expecting it to go in that direction because I've been in the market for too long, because to know that usually it never goes your way. Hello, Damien. Have you already shared your worst trade with us? Could you tell us more about some of your best trade? No, I'm not going to share you my best trade. Because I have no problem stating when I lose money, when it only affects me. But when we make a lot of money and I have partners and so on, I'm not going to give that. And if I have an extremely interesting trade, maybe I'm still doing it. So I don't want other people to do that. I don't know. After having an SPA sign with 2%, okay. Let me explain that. After having a SPA signed, I guess by SPA you mean sales purchase agreement, signed with 2% performance bond. So PB must be performance bond, I guess. What is the success of contract pulling through? Man, all right, man. Dude, the fact that you already use like those two terms, SPA and PB, it says to me that you don't know what you are doing. what you are trying to do is broker shit right now. You're LOI guy sending LOI, then you have a procedure and shit like this. So I don't think the man you are going to do any deal like this because this is full bullshit. So the but each okay, all right. If you can get someone to issue a performance bond of 2%, the success of contract pulling through is extremely high. Because obviously nobody wants to lose the money of on the performance bond. So, but man, but just the wording of what you are saying, man, it tells me that it's bad, man. It's you are doing broker shit, man. It's not going to work. And also you're the guy that spoke about precious metal, gold. So it's even worse, man. There's like more scammers in gold than I was trying to than people. No, I was trying to find something funny to say, but yeah, no, don't, man. You're wasting your time, man. Today I've done a lot of events, managed to create good relationship with a lot of traders. Want some guys with a 2 years experience for analyst position. Cool. Do you know any firm that might want to recruit some determined student? I'm in Geneva. All right, mate, Jake. So all the guy that okay. So everything that I have in terms of openings, or when firm ask me if they have student, it's only for the people that are following the shipping and commodity academy. Those are my customers. I want them to make happy, so I'm not giving anything like like this. All right. But if you are a student, just send an email. Send me an email. So after finding what country your supply is in the next step is always to set up an office of facility. All right, let me try to read this again. So after finding what country your supply is the next step always to set up an office of facility in that country, hire a local contractor to collect supply monthly. Do this each time. No, no, not at all, man. No, man. So key. Dude, it really depends, man. It really depends. Most probably, you don't have to set up an office. So it really depends what type of trade you want to do. If you want to open an office, then you need someone that go buy monthly. So that means that you probably need to pay the guy. It's already like it's already like a quite a big operation to put. Could you please explain the technical difference between the operator and trader? Yes, I mean, it's very easy. The trader on physical, okay, is going to conclude a contract with a counterparty. And once the contract is concluded, then this is the operator's role to execute that contract on the physical side. So the operator will have to, most of them, draft the contract, send the contract, make sure the contract is signed, follow up with a prepayment, payment, or whatever, following up with a LC, things, calling the supplier, asking whether the product is going to be ready, organizing the inspection, then checking with the freight forwarder, with the ship owner, whoever ship broker you use, to make sure that there's going to be a transport mean within time of the contract. Basically, the operator is the guy making sure that the contract is executed in real life, from point A to point Z. So it's a big job. It's, I think, the most important job, actually. Finger crossed. I have a loan to prepare for my master's, man. What the fuck, master's, man. So sad that people are still doing masters in 2024, man. But really, good luck, man. What is the best place to set up a company in order to get access to bank that understand commodity trading more than just import? This is a good question, Paul. I think the Hong Kong is not bad. Singapore is not bad. I think Holland, also Netherlands, is not bad. But then, yeah, it depends. Depends a lot. It depends of your flows. It depends a lot of things. But that is, yeah. Hello, Damien. I've been working as a rice broker for the last 5 years for a company based in Europe. Lately, I was based in Africa, and the company decided not to have expat anymore or come back. They did me dirty. No shit, but you know, traders. I was thinking about starting to broker myself. Do you have some tip advice for me? I'm between usually Angola and DRC. Yeah, Nicolas. So basically, it's going to be very tough for you as a rice broker, man. Because I know a few guys, man, that are like very senior in rice trading. They were trader for huge company, all the big one that you know, and so on. And basically, they do a bit of brokering on the side because man, they are older. You know, this is just And they are telling me, look, man, the brokering is very, very tough. And there is less and less people willing to pay the fees. But if you do shitty market, or not a shitty market, but very difficult markets such as Angola and DRC, maybe there is more need for someone that would use you. So, man, if I were you, I would try to steal. I would try to steal all my customer from my broker from your company, man. If they did you dirty, because man, and most of the time, if you're not even based in the same country, what do they can do? Nothing. Man. So yeah, this is what I would do if I were you, and I would probably, if you think that you can do that, I would probably try to find someone to finance you and open a trading firm. It would make way more sense. Do you know any platform that support metal groupage? Students often don't have enough funds to purchase a full container. By aggregation multiplier for the same container, that there can be a synergy. Man, that's tough, man. That's very, very tough what you want to do, man. Yeah, so basically you can see groupage. There is like people that do LCL and so on, but usually the freight is going to be higher. So I don't know how you can be competitive on commodity by doing that. It doesn't seem realistic and also very difficult to pull off, man. Hello, Damien. I'm 22 years old, bachelor graduate trying to break into the industry. What's your opinion on the master in commodity training from University of Geneva? I think, man, it's a very good way to start if you can get, because everyone actually get accepted. Everyone get accepted in the University of Geneva master, but then the hard things, like you need to get a job that basically is okay to pay for you to follow the master. I think if it's still the case, maybe it has changed. You need to be at your job from Monday to Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, study. So the big difficulty is to find a company willing to do that. Do traders hide suppliers and buyers' information when they trade? Yes, they do. They do, but it really depends which market, man. Because, for instance, I used to do a lot of food stuff, like, for instance, dairy, milk powder, stuff like that. And in that trade flow, man, the packaging, I mean, you need to have the traceability of who produced it in case there is like an outbreak of like a bacteria, like salmonella or shit like this. So that means that you need to have the traceability. So each bag must be stamped with the product name on the bag. So you can't really hide anything in that case. But I know in the scrap business, people switch bail a lot to hide the supplier. So it really depends. But honestly, man, we are in 2025. In today's world, man, you need to provide value as traders if you want to really make it, man. So hiding, yeah, maybe, but is it a sustainable way for a company to grow? I'm not really sure. Hey, Damien, I just started my own commodity trading company for nuts. Oh, are you nuts? Oh, it's bad. Can you help me to find out good supplier, mainly in the area of Turkey or Asia? Man, what you should do is, in your case, as I can see you by your name, you should basically go on Vugis, vugis.com, and check who are the exporter of nuts, and then you go speak with them. And at least by using that aggregator, you know that those guys are legit. Otherwise, okay, download the brochure on the Shipping Commodity Academy, and I will probably do another boot camp. And basically, in the boot camp, it's for like people. The boot camp is more for people that want to start or have a commodity trading firm, and then we give data to our members. So, hi Jake. I've already applied to more than 50 companies, but I haven't received any offer. You want to speak with the other guy, Jake, man. You know what, guys? I applied for, like, at the start of my career, I think I applied for more than 300 companies. No, 300 times. Sometimes it was like 2 or 3 times or 5 times to the same company. Is inspection before shipment mandatory in commodity trading? So do I just need to perform inspection my buyer request? Man, it's a Yeah, okay, nothing is mandatory, but it's nothing is mandatory. So so no, you don't have to send an inspector. But man, if they load it with rocks, what do you do, man? So I mean, do I just need to perform inspection when buyer requests it? What are you talking, dude? Honestly. So if the buyer forgot to request it, I mean, you 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 will not do it, man. What your role as a trader is to de-risk the transaction. So if you can't do that, man, why are you useful? Hello, Damian. Do you have any insight of our uranium trading? Do you see demand rising in the future and the need for physical traders? Oh, man, it's funny. I spoke with a guy that was uranium traders, a physical uranium trader, and I don't know, man. It seems like utilities have long-term contract with mines, so I know there is like a small spot market. I'm pretty sure there will be more uranium used in the future, but I'm not sure there's need really for a lot of physical trader to trade that, because you can imagine the thing with uranium is like when you produce electricity from a nuclear plant, the cost of uranium is like so small that you don't care about the price of uranium. So which is not the case with coal or other type of plant. Is someone starting in the trading industry as well? Would you like to exchange contact? I'm from Germany. Yeah, man. We have a group, the No Finisher group. So download the brochure and then just be on the email blast. Dear Damien, thank you for the value you are creating. Thanks, man. Please, can you guide if there is any platform or app to regular spot price of all the commodities, especially in the metal? Not really, dude. I don't know, man, because usually when you trade the physical, you will use like Argus, Fast Market, I don't know, and you will use like publication to get to know all the prices that you need. So I don't really use app of anything. So good. Thank you, dude. Thank you, Damien, as always. I'm trying to trade recycled polymer pellets. The problem is that its quality is always not the same. How should you reflect that in a contract with the buyer? All right, man, you should have like a specification, and then in the spec should be large enough for the product that you are going to sell. Thanks for your honest opinion. By the way, last year you had given me financial investor for letter of credit payment. I have met one in New York. They have positive feedback. Thanks. Man, did I do that, man? What did I do, man? So I'm very glad that I help you with. I can use my. I'm sorry, man. I don't remember. But you know, there's a lot of people pinging me for a lot of stuff. So, man, I'm happy it worked for you, man. Thanks, Damien, for the insight on the operational side. Having experience in logistics, sales, trade finance, that might be the best part. The best part to start. Operator, then move to traders. Yeah, 80% of the traders were operator before. Maybe more, man, actually, because you need to know how to move the goods, man. Or maybe if you're working an extremely big firm, they don't need you because they have department that do everything, and then you cannot do deals that are out of the box. But then you would miss it, I think. Is the CFA Level 1 valued in commodity trading by companies? I don't think. Maybe if your job is to speculate, why not? I think it's not. I think it's good. It's always good. The CFA is recognized, but I don't think it's. I mean, it's always valued, but what the best master to enter in commodity trading? Man, the guy, stop with masters, man. Stop. Try to work as early as possible, and this is the best way to enter into a commodity trading position. You know, a bunch of guys, you know, they at a shitty bachelor, but you know what? They put deals together. They found deals, and this is how they got to work in huge firm. The question was, All right, let me try to read that again. The question was pertaining to if there is not existing infrastructure. Okay. The question was, man, my dyslexic level is so high, man. It's like the question was to if there is no existing infrastructure, but a lot of supply in the country, you'd be setting an office, hiring a local contractor to collect, store, supply, and say, yes, I would do that. But man, the problem is like, how can you trust the local contractor, man? Because the problem, you are going to send money to that guy for him to buy, or even if you don't sell money. Okay, it's always how commodity trading firm or international company lose money. It's because there is one guy at the origin or destination that are screwing up with the money, man. And so you need to have people that you can trust. This is why in South Africa, I have Loic that I can trust. In Singapore, I have another people that I can trust. In Romania, I have Paul that I can trust. Well, I mean, you need to have people that you can trust with the money, man. Because even if you don't send the money, let's say, let me give you an example. Let's say, I don't know, some guy in, all right, country, let's say in Switzerland, okay, my country. Let's say a lot of supply of a mineral in Switzerland. And that I have a local contractor in Switzerland to gather this mineral. Let's say I'm not even sending the money to the local contractor. What I'm just paying him a salary. But if he's a guy there, what he could do, and 2,000 people did that, he's going to go there to the supplier and say, look, man, this is my company in Singapore. They're going to send you the money directly to you. But please, man, let's say that I'm going to buy at like $2 more, and you are going to give me $1 more for me and $1 more for you. It's always like this, man. So it's very tough to set up local expertise and then trust them with your money. Is it possible to switch from finance, wealth management to commodity trading? Yes, it's possible. I know a bunch of people that did that. I'm from Geneva, I mean, Switzerland. Swiss is a big country for wealth management, so I know people that did that. Hey, Damien, is there scope for B2B online platform that? What? No, man. I don't believe in platform. Yeah, no. Damien, what do you think about meat or seafood trading? I think it's great, man. I think it's. I know one guy in Thailand, man. He made a huge amount of money trading seafood. So yeah, I think it, and a few guys in meat also. No, but I think it's a perfectly fine niche. How is the platform spelled? You wrote me. Vuji. All right. Vuji.com. All right, guys. So just look in the comment. I spelled it out. VUG like July I.com. And then you say that you are coming from me. Hey, Damien, is there a scope for B2B marketplace where we can finance traders and can help them connect to buyers on the blockchain? No, there is no scope for that. 2,000 people tried, nobody succeeded. EU has appreciated again since Feb. Yeah, so Euro, you mean AMOG? Euro, yes. Dollar seems to be down everywhere. How is that change your business? It hasn't, man. There's only one currency in the world is the US dollar, man. It's okay. Let's do that. Okay. If you do not agree with me, let's do it. Take any currency against US dollar and go back 20 years. US dollar, like destroy all of them. Maybe not okay. Swiss franc, maybe not Singaporean dollar, maybe not some currency from the north, but US dollar is the only currency right now. And if the current administration create a framework to use US dollar on the blockchain, so USDT, USDC, USD, whatever, then it will be even more important because it will help the US dollar to be even more used as a currency. So yeah. Hello, I'd like to hear your honest opinion. Usually I never give my honest opinion. How about Japanese general trading company like Mitsubishi Corporation in the context of commodity trading? Yes, what do you want me to know? I get offered by them, but I'm still interested in pure commodity trading house like Vital. All right, so Mary, I think those companies are all the Japanese trading company, Itochu, Mitsubishi, Anwan, Marubeni. I think there's like 6 or 7 of them. They are completely fine company to start. And if this is you get an offer to work there, then go there and then stay a couple of years there and then move to Vittel or everywhere else. It's a good place to start or to stay for 2 years, but it's still very very Japanese there. So I don't think this is the best place to grow if you're extremely aggressive, but it's still a very good school. Hey, Damien, what do you think of Incoterms and its application? Jude. This question makes no sense. I think you should know all your Incoterms. It's very, very important. But have you encountered a claim from the buyer requesting shipbacks because your shipment caused problem in the production line? Man, I've encountered all kind of claim, all kind of claim. It's yes, even worse than that. Man. We had problem like because there were like viruses or bacteria in the shit and the product that we sold, and then they had to stop their factory. They had the sanitary veterinary guy that had to stop. I mean, multi-million-dollar claims. We had a lot of problems. Yeah, I had all type of claim. What would you philosophically give guidance? Okay. What would you I can't say that word. Give guidance for 18 years old guy in commodity trade technology. Man. Man, my first piece of advice would be try to use ChatGPT before putting what you have in your brain on the internet, because it's very difficult to understand what you mean, man. So man, 18 years old. Okay, so my philosophy is we are going to enter into a very, very weird world. So basically, there's going to be like two extreme. There is like extreme relationship, and there's going to be extreme technology. So, and if you are like AI technology shit, but if you are not in the extreme, everything in the middle will be eaten by AI, because AI will be able to do pretty much everything better. The thing with physical commodity trading is like it's the risk is something that you need to judge. This is not data points. If you are in a company big enough where you have enough data to assess the risk, you are going to get fucked, because it's very human, the risk. So this is still something that you need to mitigate with your relationship. So commodity trading, physical commodity trading is something extremely relationship driven, and humans wants to deal with humans. That for sure is not going to change. Then there's going to be extreme data. So if you can be extreme technology, so if you can be in extreme technology, like very high deep tech, then it's good. It's also a good world to be. But everything in between is going to be done by AI in some sense. So that's basically how I see the world. I think we are going to be in a world where there is going to be even more bigger company and even more smaller company, and the middle is going to be hollowed out. It's going to be very difficult for middle-sized company. Yeah, so this is, and I think I'm right. All right, man, we still have a lot of questions, so let's go. Hi, Evan, thank you for your first answer. When you applied at companies in the start of your career, did you have any relevant experience? If you didn't have any, how would you approach them? Yeah, I did not have any. I mean, I'm going to do a video about how I started, but I mean, I think I sent 300 letters, because I was like, yeah, let's not use email, but let's send letters. And I think I applied some of them like 4 times or 5 times. Then the reply, stop applying, man. There's no job for you, dude. And it was like, and I did not even apply. I just sent my resume like this. So yeah. How would I do that now? Now that I have more experience, what I would do is like I would come up with a fucking deal, man. I would come up with a fucking buyer. I would come up with a fucking supplier. I would hit up the trade, the head of desk, head of whatever, the guy that decide, and we said, man, I have this, please, I can give it to you, no problem. But and yeah, then if he sees that you can do the job, even though he hasn't hired you, then he will hire you. Is escrow services provided platform like? Man, I don't know, man. I've never used them. I have no idea. What do you think about product risk role involved at commodity trading company? Product risk role involves, man, what do you mean? I'm not sure I understand. Hey Jude, how are you doing? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the difference between end-to-end financing of a commodity, processing of cocoa bean to cocoa butter, concentrate, blah, 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 versus trading logistic of commodity? What do you mean? What do you mean, man? In a way that, like trade finance compared to trading? I mean, big companies, but I think where you work, you should be able to, you should do both, right? Because your company is quite sizable. So I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Can you please just give me more context? Because when you do end-to-end financing, you are going to ask for collateral from the company, which is not the case when you do trading logistic. I'm not sure. Yes, so Vuji.com. So if you want a good data aggregator, Vuji is the best. And said that when you see them, say that I sent you, and they will give you a little tiny discount. Thought on the broker business model. Yeah, the broker. Yeah, I have a lot of thought, man. It's fucking dead, man. We are in 2025. What do you expect? There is still some type of broker. Okay, there's still some type of broker business model that works, but even though it's not going to make a huge company, this is a broker that company use to hide their position from other players. Let's say you do corn in very like Black Sea, right? Very competitive. Then you are going to use a broker. So then the other players in the Black Sea, like there's maybe 10 of them, do not see what you are doing in terms of position and something like this. So this is okay. But if physical brokering means it's fucking dead, man. What are you doing this, man? This is not even a business model. It's like a way to lose, man. Hello, Damien. I'm from India. How can I sell my rubber raw material to small manufacturer in my area? Are they already have suppliers and everyone is selling the same things? How can I differentiate? Man, you will differentiate on the price, man. If you sell exactly the same product, you will differentiate on the price, on the payment term. This is the two things that we can differentiate: price, payment term. Then the third thing is going to be the counterparty. Are you better? Do they like you more than the current supplier? So that's it. We are in commodity business, man. Hello, monsieur. I'm Eddie. I'm an agronomist by training, and I'm passionate about trading agricultural raw material. I would like to work in a trading company. What advice will you give me to find a job in this field, knowing that I'm just out of school and that I have no experience? Man, Gilio, the fact that you are an agronomist put you in a way better chance than any other dude that get out of business school. So, yeah, my first advice would be, man, join the Shipping and Commodity Academy. But then, where are you from, Eddie? And in which country do you live? Since you have more international overview of trading in general and refined oil trading and supply, I have an observation that in Central Africa, most trade houses that are succeeded are the small one. Yes, but big players, Trafigura and Vitor, are mostly failing in long term. But it's not what is happening, dude. All right, so I know very well in Central Africa what is going on. There is going to be small players that are finance or that are supplied by the big trader, because the big trader, they don't want to be involved in those shitty market where there are a lot of compliance rules, a lot of man, do you know how to get access to a license to import product in that country? Obviously you need to fucking bribe someone. So those big trading firms, they are not going to take that risk for this small country. It's very difficult. So what they will do, they will sell to someone that do that. That's it, man. All those guys, all the small guys that are supplying there, they are buying from the same port, from the same guys. So, starting a community, should I do brokering or trading? Never start with brokering. How often do you stream? You help me a lot. I appreciate that. I try to do it once a month. Okay, it's important to have someone on ground in your supplier country that you can hold accountable in your home country. Yeah, it's better. Exactly. It's better, but sometimes it's not possible. But it's better, and this is also why there is expat. You know, they use expat from people. Joining the membership today, I also just created a Voji account. It's all the data you need to deep research on your buyer and seller. I just need to book flight after. Yes, exactly, man. Exactly. Do you think in upcoming time the world trading process will be digitalized? No. No, it's not. But because the thing is international trade, all right, it could be digitalized in like if everyone use the same protocol, like in the US. Let's say there is a framework in the US, everyone uses the same one. Okay, USA, 200 million people, huge population, good. Same in the EU. Let's say there is a framework, then everyone uses the same framework. Okay, but then all the countries, each country, they have their own law, they have their own regulation. So and it changes, and sometimes the law and the regulation and how people do shit are completely different. So how do you digitalize that? So yes, trading process will be more and more digitalized, but there won't be like any overarching framework or way to transfer data. But this is why I think AI is going to be incredible, because an AI, you don't need an API with an AI. The AI can read it, understand it, and then fill the form how it should be. I'm a geologist trading copper and gold from Latin America to China. The market in Peru and Chile is tough, with buyers paying out upfront. I have buyers in China, but they hesitate to finance. Yeah, of course, Juan, because they've been fucked in the past. They don't. Starting in Colombia with local gold trading. Any advice on breaking into Chile and Peru? As a supplier, I don't know, man. It's I don't know South America, man. I have a good friend that trade there. The same metals as you do, and he's there. He's there. He has a warehouse. He get the supply from small mine and so on. So I don't know how I can break really into Chile and Peru. Do you research on safety in a country before traveling, or are you now desensitized on how it is because you've been? Yes, I don't do research. I know how shit it is. Yes, I mean, I don't. I wouldn't go in a country in active war, but that's pretty much it. And even if there is a war, I mean, you never know. Some places are safe. So. Heinemann, thank you for your answer. Do you think AI will replace some specific position in the industry? If yes, which one? Yes, of course, they will. I mean, they will not replace. They will enhance the people that are doing it. So maybe there is like, I don't know, like 10 risk guy, and in the future only like 3 can do the job of 10 guys. I think this is what is going to happen. Are you going to attend any event in next week in Geneva? No, I don't, man. I'm in Asia right now. I saw all your vlog and they are fantastic. Thank you. It seems you don't prefer negotiating sales before meeting the buyer. Sell before meeting the buyer in person? Do you give any offer after one meeting? What is your rule? I don't have a rule, man. Obviously, I always speak about the price before I meet someone. But it's only an indication because market moves. So it makes no sense to just negotiate something if when you go there, then it's a no-go for whatever reason. So, but obviously I have price indication. Can you start a commodity trading without capital? Yes, you can, but it's very, very difficult. But yes, you can. In your experience, do you find that distribution in an importing country has better margin than purchasing FOB and selling stuff? Yes, man. Yes, but it depends. But yeah, distribution for sure. If you don't have better margin than FOB-CIF, then something is extremely wrong. I live in Taiwan and provide analysis and mines advice to small trading firms. You're cool, man. You're the guy that asked for, man. A lot of people told me a lot of good stuff about Taiwan. As a user of Fuji, what problem did you face using it? Man, you are looking for a software to build, man. It's going to be tough. Man. Can you give an example of trading without capital? Yes, man. I mean, so you do back-to-back payment terms, like 20%. Let's say I'm going to purchase something and sell something. I'm going to ask 20% in advance, and then I'm going to send 10% in advance. So maybe I will not send the advance. I will do cash against document with my supplier. So I will get the money first, and then send the money back to my supplier. So this is how you do without capital. But again, those type of trade, they are very difficult to do because realistically speaking, you are not de-risking the transaction. But yeah, that's completely possible. All right, guys. So it's been 1 hour 05. I hope that I answered your question, that I was helpful. And then, yes, man. So that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot of you all guys for your attendance. I think we were like 50 people. So I think this is, I mean, quite incredible, honestly. But yeah, so yes. if you want to break into the world of shipping and commodity, you can click on the first link below. You will end up on Shipping and Commodity Academy. And if you think that the Shipping and Commodity Academy certificate is not for you for whatever reason, because you have too much experience, then still download the brochure. And then when we have our Mother Merchant Bootcamp, which is more for entrepreneurs, you will be notified by email. So that's pretty much it, man. Ciao, guys. Have a good Sunday, and I wish you a good day. Makes a lot of money. Ciao.